Howdy folks, for today's video just want to do a short quick video and talk a little bit about a fix I did on my old really old Lyman Model 61 casting pot. Now I had been wanting to get into zinc bullet casting for a while, ever since I've seen Elvis Ammo do some, and some of the other casters and reloaders get into the zinc bullet casting. Specifically Wheelie Bullet Man, who passed away, and great guy, and very sad to see him go. But he had sent me some zinc bullets, and I wanted to get into some zinc bullet casting for various reasons. And for one, zinc is kind of usually a throwaway metal, or say like when you get a bucket of tire weights or wheel weights from a tire shop, a lot of times people sort those out and then they take them to a recycler and get rid of those, and then they keep the lead ones. So I wanted to be able to get into zinc bullet casting for that purpose, having basically a free metal to use for bullets. Also, zinc has some cool properties that make it could potentially make it a good bullet material. One, it's really hard, and so I don't think you would need to do any type of coating on it, or you wouldn't have to gas check it, and you wouldn't have to lubricate it. So just being able to cast and size or cast and shoot would be it's kind of a cool idea, cool option. Now there are some limitations with casting with zinc, and I'm not going to go into all of that completely in this video, because I wanted to focus mostly on my casting pot, the Lyman 61. But one of the issues is that, and I've heard this from various people, is that you can't really use, well, when you're casting with zinc, you have a higher temperature. You're casting around 850 degrees instead of about 700 to 725 or 750. So it's about a little bit over 100 degrees hotter that you have to heat up the zinc for casting. And another issue is that some of the other casting pots, most that are made today, have a really thin pot made out of steel. And I've heard that some of the people who are casting with zinc, they say, hey, you got to use cast iron because it's thicker, and the properties of it will last way longer than, say, one of the thin modern pots like a Lee pot, or the RCBS Pro Melt, or the Lyman, one of the Lyman pots. So I decided I was going to get into zinc casting, and I was told to buy one of the old Lyman Model 61s or a Seiko casting pot. And I think Kenny from the Eagle Eye Shooting Channel uses an old Seiko pot. And I believe the Lyman Model 61 and the Seikos are like pretty much the same thing. So I found one on eBay, probably paid too much for what it was worth. That was all during the casting crisis, where all the bullet molds were sold out and the casting pots were sold out. And I know that those have come back in stock now. But I paid, I don't know, I think it was about $200 or so, maybe a little bit more, for this old Model 61 casting pot. And obviously it's old and used, and the condition was pretty good. I'll show you a picture of it now. I don't think I should have taken a picture of it before doing my little restoration of it, but it was pretty grody, rusty, a lot of rust on the outside. And anyways, I ended up getting rid of a bunch of the rust, and then throwing a coat of the high temperature black paint on it, just to kind of protect it and prevent it from rusting anymore. And so I was able to use it one time, and I cast some zinc bullets with it. And then the second time I plugged it in and started melting the zinc, then it just stopped working and the pot went cold. And so I was pretty bummed about that. I wasn't sure what was wrong with it, if it was the heating element. I mean, the pots are pretty simple, so it was either the heating element, maybe some of the wiring, or the thermostat. And so I figured I would take it apart, and I took it apart, and some of the screws were so rusty and old that some of them snapped as I was unscrewing them. But I was able to get the front metal off and take a look at it. And so I thought that I would start with the electrical, and so I cleaned up all the wires and got rid of the rust and hooked it back up to the thermostat, and it still didn't work right. No heat coming in to the coil, no electricity, I don't think. So I was doing some searching online, because obviously they don't make those same parts from Lyman anymore, and I found a couple links to a B200 thermostat, and all of those were sold out too. And so I ended up finding a B200 thermostat on Amazon, but the temperature it said was it was good up to like 500 and something degrees, or something like that, 500 and something or 600 something degrees, and I needed it to be hotter. But I decided to go ahead and buy this and then test it out anyways, and see if I could repair it and get some heat and whatnot, and at least test the coils, make sure the coils worked, or the heating element. And so I got that from Amazon. I'll if any of you guys are looking for a link, then let me know and I can send a link to you. But I'll just show a picture of it, which one I got. And then what I did is, after I got the thermostat and unhooked the old one, then I installed the new one. But in order to get the temperature up high enough, then I had to, there's a little retaining clip, or maybe it's better said, it's a stopping clip, and I took that off and moved it a few notches over so that it basically would allow it to get hotter. And so I put it all together, and surprisingly enough, that fixed it, and I was able to get heat. Now you can tell that the front of my casting pot is kind of ugly. I had to kind of take a Dremel and grind a hole, and part of that is because when I was taking the old thermostat off, then of course one of the screws, or both of them, snapped because they were just full of rust. And so I had to drill 2 new holes and put two new screws in, and it was off center a little bit, and that's why I just had to grind it off. And my dial no longer fit on there, so I just used like pliers to adjust the heat. But I have it actually adjusted to the right temperature, so it casts about 850 degrees, and that seems to do the trick. So anyways, if any of you are looking for, if you have an old pot and you're trying to fix it, then you may try replacing the thermostat. If you can find one, that is awesome. If not, then you might check this Amazon one, and just remove the little retaining clip or stopping clip, and adjust it so that you can apply more heat. And I don't know if that's going to reduce the life of the thermostat or not, but I do know that I've used this pot several times since changing that originally. So hopefully that'll still work for you guys if you need a thermostat that's that will work on your old Seiko or Lyman pot. Yeah, the other thing is I hope to have some videos soon showing some of the zinc bullet well, if you're following me on Rumble, I'll probably try to do some Rumble exclusive videos where I can show bullet casting there. Here on YouTube I can't. I've been if you hadn't noticed, I hadn't uploaded videos for a while, and that was because I had 2 strikes for a long time, and then 1 strike would expire, and then YouTube would strike another video, and so I just couldn't upload videos for a long time. But I seem to be out of YouTube jail for now, and I only have 1 strike on my channel, so hopefully I can get some videos of showing some results of the zinc bullets, but I can't show any of the casting. If you want to know any tips on that, then I'll leave a comment, let me know. But I'll probably try to, I hope to do a video on some zinc bullet casting on Rumble, and because I'm not censored over there, so I hope to do that. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you think. And I have done some testing with 44 mag zinc bullets, some 4570 zinc bullets. I have cast some 223 zinc bullets, but I really want to get an AR-15 load that will cycle, and do some testing and do some long-term testing where if I can get a load that cycles the action, then I can put like a bunch of rounds through it and see what it does to the barrel life. And if you're shooting free bullets, then but it's hard on the barrel, you can always just get a couple barrels, and you'll pay for the barrels themselves after casting and reloading with zinc. So after over time. So anyways, I do want to do some zinc testing with the AR-15, as well as an AR-10. I bought a Bear Creek Arsenal AR-10 with the intent of shooting tons of 308 zinc bullets through it, and hopefully finding out if it causes premature barrel wear or if it works totally fine. I'm not sure what the difference in hardness is between pure copper bullets and the zinc. I know both are pretty hard. The copper, they anneal it when they're making bullets out of it, and zinc, I'm just using the alloy that's in wheel weights or tire weights. So and it does feel like it's pretty hard stuff. And if you are a zinc bullet caster, an interesting thing is if you you don't have to take a bite of it, but if you bite down on it, it's kind of interesting because it's like almost like crunchy. You can feel a crunchiness, but it doesn't really leave dents in the bullet like it would with a lead cast bullet. So anyways, I do have some news that NOE has started making some steel bullet molds, and I have been able to acquire a few of them. I have one in 44 mag, and I have this one in 223. This one's a 60 grain round nose, and I think that in zinc it casts a really lightweight bullet. I think it's 38 grains. And then I just got this one. It was one of their test molds. It's a 255 grain semi-wad cutter in 45. And this one, I've not cast zinc with it yet, but I would think that it would be, it comes out to about like 60% or so the weight of a lead bullet. So it'll be nice and light. But what might be cool is to, you can have some little fart loads made out of zinc, or you can get some high velocity. I have actually, with my 44 mag loads, I'll probably show it in the video, but I got some of them cooking pretty good. Like they were coming out about 2,200 feet per second in my 16-inch Rossi 92, and then about 1950 feet per second out of my Ruger Super Red Hawk. And that one has a longer barrel. I think it's like 8-inch barrel or something. It's long, but high velocity. That's pretty amazing for the 44 mag. So I don't know. I'll do some testing on steel plates and see what it does, if it damages the steel targets, and then on the mild steel what it does to that. So and milk jugs, of course. I always like shooting milk jugs. So we will see how that goes and in future videos. But yeah, and I want to do a channel status update of sometime soon, but and talk about all the different things I've been working on, as well as the little adventures I've been taking our local youth group out doing, and we've been doing some really cool stuff. So anyways, until next time, stay safe, have fun, catch you later, and go out and do some shooting.